A scammer tried targeting my retired dad, so I hacked into his fake tax site, exposed his entire operation, and got everything shut down. My name is Ryan Hale, 29 years old, living in Seattle, working remotely as a cybersecurity analyst. Yes, cybersecurity. The irony of what happened still makes me laugh. 3 months ago, my dad received a call from someone claiming to be from the Federal Tax Resolution Department. Translation? A scammer with a cheap headset and a script he downloaded from Reddit. The guy told my dad he owed outstanding tax balances and needed to resolve the situation today to avoid legal action. My dad is 67, retired, and way too trusting. He panicked and called me immediately, voice shaking, asking if he was going to be arrested. That's when I got angry. The deep, cold, focused kind of anger that comes when someone tries to mess with your family. I told my dad, "Put the guy on hold, I'll take it from here." When I grabbed the phone, the scammer introduced himself as Officer Daniel Briggs, badge number 4921. I could practically hear the sweat behind his fake confidence. He said, "Sir, your father is in serious legal trouble. If you don't make the payment..." I cut him off. "Oh, really? What's the exact statute violated?" Silence. Then paper shuffling. Then he hung up. But 30 minutes later, he called from a different number. That's when I knew he was persistent and stupid. So I decided to have some fun. A lot of scammers use predictable tools: Voyo IP numbers, unsecured SMS payment links, shady payment gateways. This guy was no different. His text later included a link to a fake government payment portal. But what he didn't know was, I specialize in tracking digital footprints, and his link gave me more information than he realized. The domain wasn't masked properly, the IP wasn't routed through a VPN, and the payment page was hosted on a poorly protected panel. Within minutes, I found his hosting server, email inbox, list of victims, and recordings of every scam call he made. That's when I formed the perfect plan. I made a brand new email and messaged him pretending to be a panicked victim. "Hi, I think I owe back taxes. Can you help me resolve it?" He responded in seconds, hooked like a fish. We went back and forth for about an hour. He tried to intimidate me with threats of arrest, property seizure, and immediate police deployment, which is hilarious considering scammers can barely afford a functioning microphone. When he finally sent the payment link, I said, "Before I pay, can you confirm something?" "Sure, sir." I sent him a screenshot. A big, clean screenshot of his own scam dashboard with his email, his victim list, and the recordings of every scam call he made. The typing bubble on his end appeared, then disappeared. Repeated again. I imagine he was sweating hard enough to create a small river. He finally wrote, "Who are you?" I replied, "Someone you shouldn't have messed with." Then I ended it. I took everything I'd collected and submitted it to the FTC fraud reporting system, the IRS scam unit, his hosting provider, his telecom provider, and the anti-cybercrime division that works with international scam takedowns. Within 48 hours, his website was suspended, his phone numbers were disabled, his email account was locked, his entire scam operations data was wiped off, and his victims were notified about the attempted fraud. He tried emailing me from another account. "You ruined my business. Why would you do this?" I answered with one sentence. "You tried to steal from my dad." Then I blocked him everywhere. A week later, my dad received an official letter confirming fraud protection had been applied because the scammer had been reported by multiple sources. I made sure one of those sources was me, repeatedly. The best part? My dad still thinks I just talked to the guy and scared him off. Sometimes revenge doesn't need yelling. Sometimes it doesn't need confrontation. Sometimes the most satisfying revenge is simply turning a scammer's entire operation against himself until he has nothing left to scam anyone with.